career.
Well, Andy, there was a lot of attention on this match, obviously. You looked very, very focused from the very beginning. How would you rate your play tonight against a tough opponent?
Yeah, it was a tricky match. It was pretty windy conditions, so it was tough for both of us. And I tried to start as quickly as possible because I know how dangerous Nick is. I've seen his matches and followed him for the last 18 months or so, and I know exactly what he's capable of, so I wasn't going to underestimate him at all and try to start as quickly as possible.
Seemed like you played a little bit of a different style tonight than your last match against Grigor Dimitrov. You used a little bit more off-speed, some more slices. Was that part of your tactics, or just because the wind came out? Why did you play your style tonight?
A combination. Obviously, against Nick, he's a huge hitter of the ball, so I tried to keep it out of his strike zone as much as possible. But also it was, like I said, very windy, so if you can use the slice and keep the ball low, it is difficult to control it. So played a slightly different style tonight, and thankfully it worked.
Well, you've experienced a lot of what Nick is probably going to experience in the future. You've been hyped, you have a lot of talent, you were young. You've played him twice now. Describe what going through that experience is like. What was it like for you at 19, 20 coming up?
Well, I think the first thing I would say is try not to put too much pressure on him. I also think that he needs to be allowed to mature and develop. You know, he's going to make some mistakes. Obviously, he's young, and growing up in the spotlight isn't easy, and he's doing a great job so far, and he's going to continue to learn and keep getting better.
And I think this audience here in Rod Laver Arena would love to hear your thoughts on his game. You know it since you've played him twice now. What do you think the upside is for him?
World-class serve. He has a great serve, easy motion, so he doesn't put any stress on his body when he's serving, which is great. He gets a lot of free points with that. He's incredibly talented. I think he could be a little bit more intense at times. And he has a big forehand, hits his backhand extremely flat, but like not many people have done what he's done at his age. I think to make 2 quarterfinals of slams as a teenager is very rare. So he's done great, and he'll continue to get better.
You play a lot of matches at Wimbledon as the crowd favorite. What was it like to be not the crowd favorite tonight?
Obviously. Look, obviously completely understandable. Nick got great support the whole event, and to play in front of a packed crowd, you know, on this court, there's a lot of great players watching up there as well. Thank you for coming, I really appreciate it. And yeah, it's a privilege to play on this court with so many great players watching, and against an Australian as well. It was great, so hopefully I can keep it going the next round.
Well, you get to play another match in a couple of days. Tomáš Berdych, you guys have played a bunch. He had a terrific match against Rafael Nadal today. Your thoughts on that big semi-final coming up?
Yeah, tough match. He's another big hitter of the ball. You know, he's played extremely well so far this tournament. I don't think he's dropped a set, so it's going to be very tricky. And yeah, hopefully I'll put in a good performance.
We wish you the very best. Andy Murray, another great performance here at Rod Laver Arena.
That wraps up this episode of Australian Open.